So if you use GoHighLevel as your main CRM and you want to integrate AI voice agent specifically inside of it, and you don't want to necessarily waste a lot of money when there it can be saved, you are at the right place, because I have been working with business for 2 years integrating GoHighLevel with AI voice agent platform. So I have just learned a couple of tricks where you can save money on a lot of different execution and workflows. So in my one of previous video, I showed you how you can trigger a phone call from inside of GoHighLevel without getting charged, because these AI voice agent platforms, their API requires the JSON payload to be sent in a particular format, specifically this format, right? But if you want to do that directly from GoHighLevel, you can only do it using custom webhook. That's a premium execution. What's a premium execution in GoHighLevel? Basically, you get charged a penny for each premium execution. So it sounds very cheap, but once you have a large enough volume of database that you want to call, it quickly becomes very expensive. So that what I showed in my previous video. Now I'm going to show you how you will get data back to GoHighLevel without, again, wasting too much money. So this is the workflow. I'm going to go through the entire workflow. Don't worry about it. And this is the entire workflow. And what it does is basically it checks, do I want to send this data that I got from Retell AI back to GoHighLevel? Because with sending data to Retell AI, we have two options: a webhook and custom webhook. Webhook, we don't get charged anything for this. But unfortunately, when we want to get data back to GoHighLevel, there is only one kind of webhook. That's this one, inbound webhook, and that's a premium action. There is no different thing available inside of GoHighLevel that's free or you know similar to webhook there. So we're gonna use this workflow inside NA10 and the integration with GoHighLevel to just send the data that's relevant back to GoHighLevel. So let me explain how I'm doing this. So what's happening is, first we are triggering the call from GoHighLevel, right? This is the one. Let me just delete this. Okay, so this is triggering the call from GoHighLevel, right? And now I'm gonna create a new workflow that's gonna get the data back inside of GoHighLevel. So this is triggering the call. It's sending its payload to this right here, this workflow, and then this is triggering Retell AI. And once the call gets over, we can get the data back. And how we get the data back? Basically, we use a webhook, and in that we take the URL. So where you want to send the data back, right? So we take that URL, and inside of your Retell AI voice agent. So if you don't know what Retell AI is, it's basically an AI voice agent platform where you can create an AI voice agent that can talk on the phone, like literally using a phone number to your prospect like a real human. So that's what this is. So if I click on any agent, right, and if I go in webhook settings, here you can paste a URL, and that we will get from NA10. Here we will just add a trigger, that's webhook, and we are going to copy this. We are going to paste it right here. So each time when a call gets completed via API trigger, or normally you trigger from here or even from inside of the platform, every time it will send data back to this webhook right here, and then we will process it. Right now, what we want to do, we only want to send data that's refined back to GoHighLevel. So here, if I rename this as test YT normal, not normal, it's inbound webhook. Okay, because in inbound we don't have an option to get something for free, unfortunately. So we are going to copy this right here, just copy that and go here, and in this last one I'm going to paste it right here. I'm going to explain what's going on, but we don't even need this right here. You know okay, so what we are going to do here, we are going to first get the data, and then we will edit fields. Edit field is basically we are getting the phone number right here, but we want to use the phone number later down the line as well. So that's why we want to use this set field. It was called set field before, now it's called edit field. Is we want to just set the phone number as like this constant thing that we can access from. Okay, so for example, you want to access the phone number in this node. So what happens is, since the webhook node is so behind, it can like mess up sometimes. So that's why we use edit field. Ideally you want to use edit field as close to the node you want to use that particular field again, but yeah, I just use it right here. So I used edit field. I set the phone number and mapped it with the phone number that we have of the client. And then we don't want to get all the data. So if you go right here and in the documentation, if you read anything about post call analysis, right? And as you can see here, when the call gets over, it sends three different type of call data. So call started, call ended, call analyzed, right? We what we will do from getting the data when the call has just started, maybe in rare cases you would need that, but most of the time you don't. Call ended, again, we don't need that. We need call analyzed. Call happened, whatever happened during the call, the AI has analyzed everything and then sending the data back. So we want to filter based on whether the call was analyzed or not. So here we will just add a filter node and you will say json.body.event is call analyzed. Then you will add your GoHighLevel. If you haven't connected GoHighLevel with N8N, check my previous videos where I'm showing how to connect GoHighLevel to your N8N. Then you can just use the nodes, the predefined nodes, so you can use these things right here. So here we will click on get many, and then we'll keep the limit to 5. You can even keep it to 1, and then we will just use the json.body.call to underscore number. If you are using GoHighLevel, for you as well, this will be the thing. But anyway, you know what? I'm just gonna execute each step to show you how everything's coming off or coming in. You see it. What I basically did is I'm getting the payload from Retell AI, and in this I also get from number. So from which phone number did I made the phone call, because I want to use it later down the line. This is the AI's phone number, so I'm just setting that up because I just gonna pin that, execute this one. Okay, one more thing. I just lifted this up so you guys can see. The edit field will go here, and also this will directly be connected here, because here we are just sending this particular data, and or you know what, you can just turn this on. I just thought through this. Yeah, now you can turn this on, and you will send not just this. You will set this, but you will send all the rest of the data as well. So now if we execute this, okay, it's discarding it. Okay, no worries. If it's discarding that, we are just going to turn this off, filter as we were doing, and connect this right here. Now if I execute this, I should get proper data. Yeah, I'm getting everything here. I will pin this. Oh, I cannot pin this. Okay, no worries. So, and then we will get some data here. Okay, as you can see, we got 2 contacts, because in my GoHighLevel I have duplicate contacts of myself, so I'm just gonna keep the limit to 1. Now we have only 1. And then sorry, I forgot to explain what this is doing. Basically, when we were running this workflow, we were sending data from GoHighLevel to Retell AI, so we knew which lead we are calling. But when we got the data back from Retell AI to N8N, right now we are not going to GoHighLevel, so we got data from Retell AI to N8N. Now in N8N, we don't know which lead it is. We just have the 2 phone number. So what we are doing from this webhook, we are first setting the phone from phone number. I'm gonna use it later. If you want, you can just omit this. You don't have to use this. You definitely need this call analyzed filter. But then what I'm doing, I am using the 2 number that I got here from Retell. Yeah, I'm gonna use this 2 number. I'm literally grabbing this, putting it right here in the query, setting the limit to 1, and from this two phone number I'm getting data from GoHighLevel. Again, I'm not getting charged for this. That's why I'm doing it this way. Now once I get this data, I'm checking whether the call was picked up or not. So I have this disconnection reason. So from Retell AI, again we get disconnection reason as well. So if I go to this one where we are getting all the data, and if I scroll down, you can see disconnection reason. So disconnection reason was voicemail reached. So a lot of the time what happens is people have iPhone, and in that they put their phone in a silent mode, so the call doesn't go through. If the call doesn't go through, and like the person doesn't even know you have called them, so we want to double dial them. This is what this is for. So we are just laying out if these are any of these reasons. So user hang up, agent hang up, call transfer, these are the reason that will indicate that the call was actually picked up and the agent and the prospect had a conversation. But any other reason, might be an error, might be something else, might be, limit reached, anything it can be. So what we do is we filter them. Do they have this redial tagged or not? Then we update and add this redial tag if they don't have. So we get the contact here. We see whether the call was picked up or not from Retell AI. I know this is getting a bit confusing, but we see that. And then if the call was not picked up, we filter whether they have this redial tagged or not. If they have the redial tag, we don't want to call them again because we have redialed them. Because and if we call them again, this will get stuck in a loop, and then I don't know what will happen. So we want to call the people who don't have redialed, right? So that's why it's as like is false. It's not is true. If it's false, they don't have this, then we move on. And first we add this tag, because again, if we don't add this tag, it will come again because the call is going to get ended, and then it will come again here. As I told you, like each time a call ends, the data come back here. So so we are going to go here. We will add the redial tag, and here I just do some like coding specifically for this particular use case for this particular client, and then I trigger the call again. So what's this trigger is basically the same trigger. You can check my previous video how to create this trigger. It's basically the same trigger. We are triggering the Retell AI to call this particular lead again because they didn't pick up. And if they do pick up the call, what we are going to do is we are going to then send data back to here in GoHighLevel, and we will store that data information inside GoHighLevel. So what's the reason of doing this? I'll tell you. For example, I'm calling 100 leads, right? Let's say 70% didn't pick up the phone call in the first try. We tried them once again, so this double dial, and then we had like 40% pickup rate. 10% more people picked up the phone call, maybe even 50%. It will depend on the lead and everything that you have. So let's say 50% picked up the phone call, right? Now, this 50% that picked up the phone call, we only want to send their data back to GoHighLevel because, as I said, this inbound webhook trigger is a premium trigger and it costs money every time you trigger it. So if someone hasn't even picked up the phone call, why do we want to send their data back to GoHighLevel? And now you can play with this. You can have all sorts of tags that will make you remember that, okay, they never picked up on the first try. Maybe we want to call them 2 days later, and then again they will go through this workflow. Maybe you can have a branch here, more filter, where if they already have redialed filter, then they need to have this other filter. So yeah, there is like multiple different ways you can do this, but this was like the basis of this. First we double dial them, we increase the pickup rate, and once we get pickup, we only send the calls that have been picked up. Now, more things you can do in this webhook. You are literally getting here, you are literally getting all the data. So the call summary, if you have any kind of post call analysis, you are getting all those data. Based on that, you can filter it right here as well. Based on that, you can add one more high level node, and you can update the contact. Literally, you can update the contact from here. You don't even need to send the data back to GoHighLevel. In some cases, look, you cannot update everything. So as you can see, these fields you can update. You cannot update any custom field from here. That's the limitation again. But you get the point. Like literally, you can maybe have an AI agent here, or like an AI node to analyze the call summary. Maybe you don't want to send every person who picks up the call. A lot of people that pick up the call, maybe they are not a good fit for your company. So you can have sorts of things, like literally narrow down what you want to send back to GoHighLevel, and then you just send the best, the lead that are getting to get converted into a clients to your GoHighLevel. So just to run this and show you how this is. So all right, I'm just gonna remove the pins here, and I'm gonna pause the video just for a bit, and I'm gonna configure my API keys and whatnot. Okay, so quick little thing. This, like, it would be really hard for us to run this on like test mode, because if you remember, Retell sends 3 different type of data, and when I click on here, it just executes for once, and when it gets the first payload, it just stops. So what we are going to do is we are going to activate this, and then we are going to go here. Instead of this test URL, we are just going to copy the production URL, and this is my previous workflow. I'm going to paste the production URL here, right, and here, we just copied this, we pasted it right here, and here again we are just going to copy the production URL, go to Retell AI, webhook settings. I'm going to just paste it right here. That's all. How to configure this, you're gonna have to see my previous video. Here, I'm just gonna refresh this. Okay, so in one shot, we are going to run this entire thing, and then I'm gonna go into execution and show you everything what happened, right? So let's say, let me just duplicate this. I'm just gonna get the phone call right here in GoHighLevel as well, so you guys can see everything on the screen. Back to workflow. All right. Okay. So if I go here, find myself, trigger this, and run the test, I should receive a phone call here. I should see an execution right here. Okay. For some reason, it didn't got executed. Okay. Wow. So if I decline this call, it will call me back once again, because how the workflow has been structured. So I decline the call, which workflow got triggered. So here you can see it triggered this workflow, and then it should have triggered this another workflow. Okay, so this is call started, call ended, call analyzed. So this one will go through the entire thing right here. And on my GoHighLevel, I have go through as like voicemail reached. If you guys also want to learn, you can this is good for you because you can understand debugging and what happened. So voicemail reached, now inshallah it will work. So basically what happened, it started to talk with my voicemail, and then it hung up the call. Nice little debug for you guys right there. We're going to trigger that. It should trigger. Okay, if I decline it this time around, it should call me once again. Hopefully. I hang up the phone call. As you can see, this first time it triggered this workflow. Now after, yeah, call started, call ended, and this one right here. Let's see what happened. It went to the correct branch, but it wasn't able to do the call itself. I'm just gonna literally copy paste this right here. That will be the correct way to do it. I'm just gonna pause this video, debug this, and come back. Okay, I copied everything in the editor and I debugged it. Now, one more thing, you don't need this code. You just want to update, and then you want to map everything right here. And yeah, so let me just run this one last time. And all right, so if I just refresh this as well, just to make sure, and if I go here, you have seen the double dialing feature, by the way, how cool it is and how well it's working. Okay, so if I hang up, immediately it will analyze everything. So it called me right now, and we do have here like webhook timeout to be 5 seconds, so it will take like 5 seconds at least to slowly send everything back. Okay, and if I see right here, call me, oh god, it did had the tag of redialed, but now you can see how well set this system is. You see it had the redialed tag, that's why it didn't dial it again, because if it would have dialed it again, then it would get stuck in a loop. I promise this is going to be the last time I'm doing this. So here, if I go here, let me just make sure everything's correct. Yeah, if I now run the test, I should get the call once here. Okay, and if I hang it up, just wait 5 seconds. By the way, if you feel like this is too much, 5 seconds, like you want to quickly like call them, then you can decrease this to like, I don't know, 1 second. So yeah, that's really good. For me, it's 5 seconds, it's good. So we got the data here. I just want to refresh this. Okay, I got the call once again. As you can see, it detected the user didn't pick up the call, and it dialed me again. So I'm just gonna pick this up. As you can see this right here. Hello.
So,
hey.
Hi, thanks for calling OriginX Dental. This
Yeah.
is Nick. What's your name?
My name is Fahad. Yeah, thank you for your time. I'll see you. So I hang up the call, right? Now, what will happen? First, we called. This is the first time we called, and then I told you like retail sends types of data, three type of payload. First, second, third. The third one we need the call analyzed. The call got analyzed. We saw that the user didn't pick up the phone call. They literally hang up. So we called them again, and then when we called them again, um, from here, then again the data will come back. That's why this particular step is so important, the filter and adding the redial tag, because it will get stuck in a loop. So immediately after that we had conversation, and now it, instead of going to this route, it will go to this route. So again, the call started, call ended, and the call analyzed. The call analyzed is the one we actually need. So here, as you can see, it went from here, and it goes here. So it went here, and now this data should have been here, because we, okay, as you can see, again, you can see we only have two payloads because one time we made a mistake. We didn't properly set it up, so it directly went here. But the second one, the latest one, this one is the one we need. And as you can see, we have all the data literally that is from retail. But what we have done is we just have filtered it out. By the way, if you don't know how I'm mapping it, so basically the entire webhook, this entire webhook, I'm mapping that webhook.item.json.body, like everything inside of it. But we are not sending each and every lead. We are only sending a lead when we have went through the entire filtering process. Here the filtering process is very simple. You can complicate this. You can, like, based on whatever your qualification process is, you can add everything here in the workflow itself, and then you will send data back to GoHighLevel, and this is going to charge you only when you need to get charged, and you need that particular lead inside of your GoHighLevel. You can sell them, and then you can have an ROI on that, so it won't be a waste of money as per. So then you can save this. You can now create a contact. You can just use phone. So phone, you don't have to create a contact. By the way, if it already exists in GoHighLevel, you can just, it would be better if you use find contact. This one, you can use find contact. You will use the phone again here, inbound webhook call, and the number we are calling to is the number of the lead. Save this, and now you can do whatever the heck you want. So yeah, this will again save you thousands of dollars if you have enough volume and if you have a big enough database. Yeah, this was pretty much it. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one.